Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a planner lineup for the mid-year, and I thought since I've used all of these planners for about 6 months, I can also give you a quick review, and I also want to discuss what are my plans for the next year. So let's just first start with something that did not work for me this year, which is the ink bucket planner. The quality is great, the cover is beautiful, there has been no complaints whatsoever in terms of the durability of this particular planner. But what irked me the most is this particular page, which is my weekly reflections. It is terrible. Their monthly reflections is also terrible. That is the reason this month I decided to add another set of prompts. But having said that, this is something I'm absolutely not okay with, because this is every week. So after every week there is this weekly reflection page, and it just doesn't do anything for me. This much grid for expenses, that grid for wellness, a meal plan which has no space, so you have less than 3 words to write for breakfast or 2 words to write for lunch and dinner. There's no space for snacks. I tried to work with this for a while, and most of the days I end up, so in the beginning of the year I started doing a lot of art journaling here, and thought that this would be a way to get me distracted with this page, and I will do some sort of art journaling here. But that did not last, because then that was pressurizing me to art journal every week, and I just art journal for the joy of it. So definitely this planner is not working for me. But I am not quitting on this planner. To be very frank, I do not want to, because I paid a lot for this. I bought the entire bundle. I link the unboxing in the iBar right above. I do not use the ink bucket calendar as well, because I use the Alicia Souza calendar because there's more space. So absolutely everything that I bought from ink bucket this year was a dud for me. Having said that, for the last 6 months, am I going to discard this planner? I don't think so, because I've paid my hard-earned money to this, and I might as well make it work for me. Sometimes it's possible, sometimes it's not, but I will make sure that I make this work for me instead of this particular planner. What has worked for me is the weekly reflections logic. So if I want to know more about how my day was or how my week was and things like that, I have my journal, which I write pages and pages, and you will know, if you know me, I would write pages and pages in my journal. But this will give me a bird's eye view of how my week was. So this is such a good keepsake. I can actually see every week on week how my week was, and in 52 flips I will exactly know how my year was. So this is a superb keepsake idea which I did this year, and I'm absolutely happy with how it turned out. So I'm not completely ignoring this methodology, but I will use a better book. I will definitely not use this planner. One more update on the pouch, the ink bucket canvas pouch. It looked beautiful, but unfortunately I'm not using that planner because of this particular organizer, which I have already bought from Neora. Because this book is slightly bigger. I think this is B5 size. It is really large for that planner to be that planner cover to be in my bag on a daily basis. This works for me better because this is A5, my pen stays here, and this is much more compact for me. So this works, but the other accessories that came with this planner did not work for me. So I'm absolutely upset, except the trinket tray. The trinket tray is working great. I have kept my knickknacks on my side table, so that works, but this definitely does not work. So that is my first planner and my planner review. My second planner is the Neora Accomplish Weekly Planner, and this has worked. You guys already know that I love this planner. I have used this in the past, and possibly I will use this even now in the future. Only thing that I would recommend is to have smaller grids. This is the Neora's A5 size. What happens is this is 13 grids. Right? I don't need 13 grids. That means I have 13 things to do on a daily basis, which generally I'm hoping no one should have. on the work basis, so I need about approximately half of it, so 7 or 8 things to do. So I don't mind going a little lower on the size. So this is A5. I don't mind a B6. Having said that, I know Neora has a petite planner, which is again very small, compact. But one thing that I really appreciate about this planner is after every week, there are 2 pages which are blank, which is where my meeting notes go. Now, if you work in a very, very typical office situation, you know that you have your things to do, and then you will have meetings where you will want to write notes, meetings or general notes that you want to remember. And these notes generally are adjacent to the week that has passed. So that is the reason I don't want to let go of these 2 pages. That is the only reason I'm not shifting to the petite planner by Neora, and that petite planner does not have it. Having said that, I have written a message to the Neora team to shrink this book slightly. So I'll show you a B6 book versus this is A5. The size wouldn't be too much of a difference. As you can see, very little difference on both the sides. But this will be ideal because again, I have to carry this planner day in, day out. So this, if it is slightly smaller, it will help me have less weight in my office bag, and that is always required because if you know any office going person, you know that their bag is super heavy with food, laptop, planners, notebooks, pencils, your essentials and whatnot. So that is the reason my aim is to get my office bag as light as possible, and that is the reason I switched to the soft bound planner, and I do carry sometimes just the soft bound planner and not the cover. I only carry the cover when I have some sort of external meetings. Otherwise this soft bound planner is just good enough for me. So I absolutely love this planner, and I am almost certain that next year also I will buy this particular planner for my work things. So that is one of the things this year. Having said that, on days or on weeks that I have not used this particular planner, I have always gravitated towards this book. Now this book was bought by some, I don't remember which Instagram store, and I'm not sure. I will link the Instagram page in the description box below if I find them. But this is a very Friends theme planner. It's just that if you're a Friends fan, you will know. So this is very decent book. And this is how you say this is a daily page. So you will have date, important goals, appointment, schedule and things to do, cleaning list, shopping habits, whatever. So this, actually I didn't use this as a daily list. I used it as a weekly list. So what happens is I have to finish this task first thing every week, and then go to this tasks and then this task, and this used to be just other tasks that I want to manage. Mostly just these 3 grids made my life much more easier for the entire week. So that is the reason I thought I could go down a little on the size for my Neora book, and I have extensively used this. Obviously not what it is meant for. I have generally changed the titles and made it how I wanted it to be. But one thing that I also appreciate with this book is right at the back there is plain pages. This is what I would say is an ideal office planner. So you have your things to do as well as a place to write your notes. So I absolutely appreciate this kind of format, and that is the reason I cannot move away from my Neora book. But this also doesn't, again, on days that I do not want to decorate or on days I just want very simple layout, I do use this. But this is something, the layout has my heart. If the Neora guys agree to my request, I'm really going to be so happy having a B6 size in the exact same format. So, and again soft bound, so that I can make it hard bound whenever I want. I can make it soft bound whenever I want. So that is something that I absolutely wish that they come up with. So that is my second planner. I'm absolutely happy with this particular planner. And I'm going to, obviously there is no conversation, I'm going to continue with all the planners that I have anyways in the next 6 months. So this is my Accomplish daily planner, which is my journal. I absolutely love this planner, and you can see how much I have written, how much I have decorated. This just goes nowhere. and I have done a lot. Obviously I've missed days and things like that, but I have, as you can see, completed this book till the last day. So I absolutely love this planner. I think even next year I'm going to either take the same accomplished daily planner for my journaling, or I may switch to a smaller size in a book. So I was actually thinking of using a B6 size. Now this is a book from Factor Notes. Last year I had a bullet journal phase because I did not like most of my planners and I had to abandon it, and that is the reason only the Neora one stuck. But having said that, last year I tried these B6 books from Factor Notes. I had 3 books. I think I used 2, and this one is still there. One thing that I think B6 books do not come in India that well is because if you see, they don't open flat. Now similar thing, if I show you on the Neora Accomplished book, no matter what page you choose, this will absolutely lay flat, and it is a different experience. Just lay flat feature is such a different experience. I can't put a name on it, and I don't want to not have this. Now this is almost my last page, and you can see how flat it is laying, and I absolutely love this feature. But most of the books don't have that feature, as you can see this. So I don't know, I love this size, but there are not too many stores in India actually do a good B6 size. So that is the reason I'm afraid of switching my planners. I may switch to a B6 or a A6 notebook from Neora or some other planner, because if you can see there, I have put in enough number of tip-ins. I have literally put in hundreds and thousands of stickers on this, and this stayed. The spine is absolutely good. I have never had a bad experience in terms of quality with Neora. So I absolutely think that if I don't go with the Accomplish planner or the Daily Duo planner, I may switch to a notebook from Neora, which would be my journal, or shifting to a smaller size, maybe an A6 Accomplish Daily Duo planner. But A6 gets slightly smaller for my liking. B6 is my ideal size. I really like the B6 size. So I'm not sure yet, but I have no complaints whatsoever with the Daily Duo Accomplish planner. One more thing, I don't just toot the hoot of a Neora that often, but they are one of the best planner and planner accessories brands. I also have an affiliate link which I don't talk about as much, neither on my Instagram nor on my YouTube, but it is the code is always there in my description box. So if you feel like buying something from the Neora brand, then please do use my code. That will give you a small discount as well. I will get some commission. So full disclosure, and I love their brand, and that is the reason I continuously promote them. Next thing that I have in my planner lineup is more of a notebook. Let me finish with the planner. One more planner that I've used this year is this keyboard weekly planner. It is so cute. It was just lying one of the days on my drawer, and I was like, this week I should use this. This is from White Ink Papery. I had bought their undated planner as well with this, and the quality is great. It is very minimal and is an ideal weekly planner for people who do not want to carry heavy things or want to have a very small planner right beside their desk. So I really liked this. I kept it in my office for a while so that I would want to pick it up and use it. But at this point, I have just used it for 1 week. But this is a brilliant solution if you go to office every day. So my working situation is a hybrid situation. So sometimes I just have to remember to take this with me, and then I will need another notebook to write meeting notes, etc. So that is the reason I don't use this as much as I should. But even on some weeks where I feel that I can use it, I will definitely use it on and off, which I have done anyways. So this is also, I think 1 week I've used this, and there is another week that I have used this particular planner in the entire 6 months. But this will always be handy around my drawer. So whenever I need to pick this up, or whenever I'm just bored out of my current planners, I can just switch to these really cute planners. And you guys know animals are my weakness. So this planner never hurts, just right being in front of you. And I'm a big fan of Friends, so these two planners will stay as well. I don't know when will I finish these planners, but I'm hoping at least a year or two till I finish with the entirety of these two planners. Then I have something that I do daily, which I have not discussed. I have this Q&A book, which I have started in last December. So my birthday is in December. I started this book exactly on my birthday, and I have been absolutely consistent. This is something that I have bought from Amazon. This is a 5-year book. It has 366 questions, one question for each day. 365 questions, one question for each day. And these are really meaningful questions. Let me read a few. Describe the room that you're in. When was the last time you were on an airplane? Who are you? What was your last great meal, etc. So these are really good questions, and I will want to see how I have sort of grown or not grown in the last 5 years. So this is very, very useful. Now this I have been using for 6 months. There is another one from Amazon that says 3-year journal for kids. My son has just started filling it up. So I don't know how good or bad that is, but once I have used it for a sufficient number of times and I can vouch for its quality, I can actually show that to you in the year-end lineup. But having said that, quality of this is impeccable. I'm using this on a daily basis. As you can see, the foiling has not changed. The spine is intact. Everything looks just good. So I'm super happy with the quality. I will leave, and this is again very small. I think this is the A6 size. Yes, this is smaller than B6. So this is the A6 size, very small. Some days I'm just writing 3 words, right? So you don't need time. You just need 1 minute every night to write it. And since this is dated, if you do not write for a couple of days, absolutely okay. The questions remains the same. Just on days that you have time, just go back and fill them up. But just make sure it is less than a week so that you as a person has not changed. So that is the reason I absolutely love this. There's no pressure to fill it. I don't, the days that I'm feeling low, I actually write in it. I do not wish to answer this question because I'm low today, and this is the reason. So I absolutely would love to come back to this and see what has happened. So my ideal retirement plan is to have all my planners together and look back on my life through these things. So that is essentially my retirement plan. And obviously I collect a lot of pictures and memories and whatnot, but these are my memory keeping journals. So that is the reason I absolutely love writing all of these memories. Last thing that I have is this. This is a personalized book for my husband. I had gifted him this and he apparently never used it. So I thought this is a personalized book. I have chosen it, so I should definitely use it. This is again B6 size, which I love. The book and the spine I have made sure that is absolutely flat lay. So this is, since it is customized, I have got this how I want it. And I thought he will use it for his office, and that is the reason I have gotten the ruled pages. How I'm using this is essentially writing things that I am either watching, seeing, reading. So this is from the book Art of War. I think I've started this in, let me see if I have dates written anywhere. Yes, I have dates written on the first few pages. I have started this on the 20th of January 2021. So I have been using this for a while. Any interesting things that I'm reading, any interesting book that I'm reading. So this is Atomic Habit. This was which book? 4-Hour Work Week. And currently I'm reading or rather rereading Intelligent Investor. So I've started writing about that. So as you saw, it started with full excitement with a lot of colored pens and things like that, and now it has gone up to just plain simple black pen, but I'm writing nonetheless. So if I want to recollect something at any point in time for the books that I think are good or the shows that I've watched are good, I will come back to this book. There is barely anything left, and that is the reason I have taken out this book to put it in, to put this in this customized organizer. As you know, this book does not lay flat. I have to do some I have to figure out another way. But other than that, Factor Notes is a really good quality book, but it just doesn't lay flat, and that is the reason this book is out. But this, I have barely any pages left in this book, and I'm hoping in the next month or so, if I read another couple of books, this should be over. So this is one other notebook that I'm using extensively. Now what I'm planning to do next year, or rather next 6 months, is to set up my Accomplish July to December 2023 daily duo planner. One more thing with this that I'm using is my reusable sticker book. I am loving this book. Sakshi from Sassy Planner Nerd is actually selling this book, and you can see from the wear and tear I have used this book and how. And I still use it on a daily basis. So I'm absolutely in love with this. Beyond this, one more thing that I have on my planner lineup, which I have not used at all, is this Alicia Souza 2023 planner. Last year I used it as my son's school planner, but this year I have not gotten around to do that. So this book, this small planner goes to absolute waste this year. Give me ideas if what should I do with this year's planner. I'm already 6 months in. I may use this next year for something, or I may use this 6 months. I don't know. This planner has not been used at all. It's brand new. Even the calendar, right? The desk calendar, I'm using Alicia Souza. The wall calendar also I'm using Alicia Souza. So that is being used extensively. My friend with whom we exchanged the goodies and the planner, so I took the entire Alicia Souza bundle, but I did not like the planner last year, so I gave that planner to a friend of mine. I see her using it every single day, so that makes me so happy. She's using that planner extensively, so that makes me happy. So from Alicia Souza, I think I've used each and everything except this particular thing. I'm also using a lot of their sticky notes, etc. So for Alicia Souza, only this one book has gone for no use, but other than that, everything has been used properly. So that is it. That is all I want to discuss. For my 2024 planners, I have certain things in mind, which I have discussed with you today. I will obviously contemplate more, contemplate my needs, contemplate how I'm using everything, and then figure things out for next year. If you guys have suggestions, if you have decided, or if some planner is working for you great this year, please do let me know in the comment section. I would love to read it, because very near future, so in September, all these brands will come up with their individual planners, and that is when all of us will be in the same boat, deciding on what to buy next year. I just want to start sooner, because I don't want to have the same debacle with Ink Bucket that I had this year, so that I know what I want, how I want it, and be very clear. So that is something that I want to do. Even last year, my Alicia Souza planner went to absolute waste, but I won't do that this year. It is our hard-earned money, and we should contemplate 200 times, 500 times before actually spending it. And that is the reason I've started thinking already. Please do share your suggestions in the comment section below. I would love to know it. And of course, I always forget in all my videos to request you to please like, share and subscribe to my videos. I'm really sorry. I am really bad at putting this YouTube thing on the forefront. Please do like, share and subscribe if you like the content on this channel. Thank you for sticking around. Bye now.